Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video we're gonna write the only single line of Python code within the SCRAPY Shell in order to crawl through the range of pages on this realtor.com real estate property site and store the data like title, price, address, bedrooms, bathrooms, and price details into the CSV file. So if you're interested, buckle up and we begin. So the very first thing to consider, I need to invoke my SCRAPY Shell here. And let's specify the loop over the range of the pages, so I can say for page in range from, I would say, from 1 to 2 at the moment, just in order to avoid torturing the target site. And here we want to work with our fetch method followed by the response object that will be responsible for the data extraction within the single tuple simultaneously. So also I would need to import SCRAPY and also JSON and the CSV modules. So JSON would have been needed to print the data, CSV just to store this to CSV, and SCRAPY to make some custom requests. So here I can say SCRAPY dot request this like, and it would take 2 arguments, so the URL would be equal to this one. Let me just quickly grab this, and also I need to specify some custom headers because otherwise it won't really work because of the 405 response. But before that I just want to say plus stringify page to use the variable page here instead of a pre-coded number to handle the pagination later on. Okay, and here I need to specify the headers, and we would need cookies followed by the user agent here. So let's specify the cookie, and we'll create them just right in the moment, and the user agent this like, and let me just grab my user agent here, copy and paste. Okay, and now the same regarding the cookies. So I believe that cookies would expire at the time when I create the data extraction logic, so I would update this later on. And also I would like to work with the data extraction logic outside of simultaneous process with the fetch method. So, but eventually, even though I would be writing this data extraction logic in a separate string, eventually I would unite them into one. So this sort of response would be I would merge the data extraction logic right over in here, because otherwise I just would start falling into a capture and won't allow me to work normally. So I hold my breath and try to paste cookies here and hit enter, and I really hope to get the 200 response, which is perfect, just perfect. Okay, so now let me just check my response to make sure it's something that I really need, and from now on we can provide our data extraction logic, and also writing the data to CSV would be right over in here as well. And then, as I was already mentioning, I will just merge this line into the previous one. Probably I would need to update the cookies, and also yeah, this is it. So let's move on basically. So the very first to consider here, we actually need to loop over the range of cards, not over the range, but loop over the property cards basically. So let me just try to inspect this element. Okay, and here we got this div label data property card, which is the nice selector to consider. So yeah, we don't need, I'm sorry, I've just I did some debugging here, so I did store the first line because sometimes the SCRAPY Shell crashes, so in order to avoid writing this from scratch again, I just make this little debug here. So now we can work with our response object. So if I say response.css, and we're looking for a div element with a data label equals to this one. So let's have a look. Okay, we got a list of selectors, which means that from now on we can loop over this selectors. So we can say for card in this list, and we can do whatever we want with our card. But obviously, let's first wrap this within the print statement, which later on would turn into a CSV dictionary writer, which would write the data for us. Okay, so and also I want to say JSON.dumps just to print our response. So here is the dictionary to extract our data, and indentation equals to 2 spaces. So I will get rid of this JSON dumps later on. I need this just for the debugging purposes, just right in the moment. So let's start with providing our title, and for now it would be equal to nothing. And let's now try to inspect this element in particular. So we have div PC type and the span with this class inside here. So let's copy this. I'm just wondering, maybe this would work if I just specify the only span. I'm not sure, but let's try. So a card CSS, please note that we're using the card already, the variable, the iteratable variable here. So card.css, and let's try to search for a span with a is this a class actually? Yeah, it seems like to be a class, with a class equals to this one. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, obviously I need to specify that we want to extract some textual data from here, and we want to get one. Okay, but for some reason it extracts the price instead of this title, so let's also specify the parent tag, the parent element, to make sure it works properly. So here we have our div with a data label and BC type. Okay, I did something wrong here. Div data label BC type. Maybe I did something wrong. Div data label copy. Okay. Sorry guys, just not really sure why this is happening actually, but this should work actually. Oh, okay, so it's just it does work. It's just not available for some reason. It's not available for all the properties. So let's actually try to make sure if this is the case for well, maybe I just make some mistake regarding property card selector. So well, I've just realized that it stops with this multi-house family, and not sure about this one. So maybe we could have and here we got this multi-house family and then lots of cards with a null value. So probably we need to specify the parent selector for this div property card here. And let's try this list item actually. I'm not sure if it works, but let's actually try this. And okay, so the CSS and list item with a class equals to this. Okay, so now it seems that we did limit our data to the exact range of property cards to consider here. So this is already pretty nice, and the next thing to consider would be trying to extract the address. So let's have a look at this address here. Okay, we got this div PC address. Okay, so let's go extracting this one, and I will go just after my title here, and here I say address, and it would be equal to not the response, sorry, it would be card.css, and we're looking for a div with a data label equals to PC address, and we want to extract the text and get one. Okay, hold on a sec, maybe I did say get all here, I didn't. Okay, so it seems to be just right. Okay, now we got our address has been extracted as well. I'm just wondering, it doesn't seem to extract all the address, so it seems to extract the very first part here, so probably, yeah, probably we need to make use of the nested elements as well. So in order to do that, I need slightly to change my code slightly, so I say space and star, which means to extract the data from the child elements, and here actually get all, and as far as this would be a list, we would probably like to join this, so let's join this to convert the list into a string. Okay, now it seems way better here, so we got the full-blown address available. Is it? Okay, so the next thing to consider would be trying to extract the price. Let's go for price selector, so span data label PC price, and let's try to extract this one as well. Oh my god, I don't need this, sorry. So okay, let me get back right over in here. So here I specify the price, and it would be equal to card.css, and we're looking, was it a span? Yeah, it was a span actually, data label PC price. So we're looking for a span tag, and the data label equals PC price. Okay, and we want to get the text, and I think we need the only element here. Okay, something has gone wrong here, sorry. So PC price, just to make sure, data label span, just to make sure that I did specify all the selectors correctly, and here it is. Paste. Did I spell label correctly? Label. Oh, I did spell the label. Not that really great. So now this should work. Okay, now we got our price has been extracted. So now let's go for the price details. Okay, and okay, so do you really mean that the price details are wrapped here? This is interesting. Within the button. This is really interesting. So estimate payment button. Well, let's try to consider this. Copy. So data test ID. So let's specify the price details. Okay, and price details would be card.css and button, yeah, and so how the attribute is called here, data test ID. Okay, data is data test data, okay, data slash test ID equals to estimate, to this one actually, and text and get, I'm not sure if I need to get one or get all, we'll see this. So probably I did spell something wrong again. Okay, what if we just try to get all here? I'm just wondering, is this gonna change something? No, it doesn't, so probably another typo here. Let's try to check this precisely. So card says button type data test ID, copy. Well, actually I can grab this entire stuff here. Okay, copy, just to make sure I don't have any typos there. Okay. Oh, it might not be a text value, it might be, or is it? Hold on, guys. Well, okay, as far as this selector doesn't seem to work, let's actually try to have a look at the source code and try to find this data within the source code. And if that's trivial to do, in this case, I would have probably tried to extract that data. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, probably this is rendered by the JavaScript at some point, so it might be a pain to get this. Okay. I have lots of regular SCRAPY tutorials that do extract this like data, but in this particular case it would be too difficult to fit the one-line format. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, so we'll just simply drop this item. I'm really sorry for this, but yeah, it's not that trivial to extract, so we'll just simply drop that. And instead, let's try to extract our bedrooms. So, okay, we'll also have some square fits for it at some places, at some points. And okay, hold on a sec. So maybe, okay, the page that I'm currently looking at might not be exactly the same that is within the response. So, just to make sure. Okay. Oh, it's not. No, it is available, but okay, just forget that. So let's try to. Yeah, we also have some square fit values here, but let's start with the bedroom instead here. So, BC meta beds, and we'll try to extract all of this, all out of this. So copy and. Let's go for, so I will just simply drop the very last one. So instead of this price details, let's consider to have the bedrooms. Okay, and here it's the list item, right? Yeah, list item, and data label. Would it be BC meter beds? Okay. Meter beds. And yeah, recursively extract all the text. Okay, perfect. So we can now join this by, I guess, by the empty space would be just fine. Yeah. Get all. So here and here, join. Okay, perfect. So the next thing to consider would be literally the same, but would work with the bathrooms instead. So I just want to grab the selectors up to here and copy and try to get back here and just try to paste this in. And instead of beds, would it be the bath is, I guess, yeah, bath is in plural. Okay, and here bathrooms. Okay, now we got the bathrooms being extracted as well, so this is already pretty nice. And let's have a look at our data set. So title, address, price, bedrooms, bathroom. So it seems like the very last thing that we can extract, at least kind of the easy way, is this square fit. So let me just try to see if it does contain some sort of a meta square fits. Okay, perfect. So, and this one, how is this called actually? Square fits lot. So it's something different. So let's create a couple more elements in our dictionary. So square fit. Okay, I shouldn't really copy this, at least at this moment, so I will make use of my bathrooms and copy. Okay. And paste. So here BC meta square fit, right? Okay. And this would be square fit. Well, let's call this square fit. I'm sorry, fit is probably written differently, a different way. I'm not sure how exactly. So let's keep the square fit actually. Well, or just area, and the second one would be the area lot. Okay, and can I just paste this one? Okay. So square fit lot, and we call this one area lot. Okay, so now this seems to be pretty nice already. So from now on, let's actually try to write this data to some sort of a CSV file, believe it or not. So we already did import CSV in our initial line, and remember that I swear we would concatenate these lines into one. And you know, like guys, before we proceed, let me just copy this line, because if the SCRAPY Shell crashes for some reason, it would be very unfortunate if I just lose all this all this job I've been done here. This would be very unfortunate, really. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is it. So now let's try to replace our print statement. Okay, so we don't also need this indentation anymore. So we don't need this indentation, and okay, and we probably don't even need this. So we will strip the print statement as well, I guess. So yeah, here I think we don't need this print. So well, let's try to check for the syntactic errors, if any. So no errors, perfect. And now here I would like to create csv dot dictionary writer, and it would take, and here, yeah, right row. Okay, and it would take the file stream. So open realtor .csv, and we will be appending to the file stream. Okay, and the second argument would be the field names. So here I need to specify my field names. So we got this title and title address. No, not like this. Address, and now we got price. The order matters, really. Price, and now we got bedrooms, bathrooms. Okay, bedrooms and bathrooms. Okay, and also area and area lot with the underscore. Okay, so this should work. I really hope it would work actually. So let's try. Okay, it seems like we did write some data. Let me just try to close all this stuff. Okay, here is my realtor.csv. Okay, let me just kick these files from the previous attempts, so let me just try to run this again. Okay, realtor.csv. So here I'm supposed to see the data for all the properties within the very first page that we have a corresponding response for. Okay, it seems like so we don't have this square fits and square fits slot all along the way, but only optionally, but still this seems to be pretty reasonable. Okay, we didn't we didn't extract the image URL, but again, like we're writing the only single line of in Python, so it's literally I guess this is impressive enough to have this sort of a data. So let me just try to make sure that this is it actually. So yeah, I just want to store this line again, so I copy, and here I just want to store this line as well, so just to make sure that I have the copy, this SCRAPY Shell crashes somewhere. And now I can grab this entire stuff, so I can copy, and if I just go to my initial, so no, not this one, not this, not this one, so I'm just trying to find my initial. Okay, it's too hard to find that, so okay, let me just make sure that I got this. Okay, so you see, like, yeah, I need to grab this line of code from here actually and copy. Okay, and this, we don't need this one already, so now we would be concatenating these two lines into one. And also, you know, like, I think it would be better, well, I could have done this in the code editor. Don't look at this code, this is just my test file that I'm working with to test mostly your requests, guys. Okay, so yeah, let me just try to copy this one and paste this in. Okay, and now I need to find my response object. Okay, here is my response object. Okay, and that's what I was mentioning. See, like, it kind of crashes already, so just, yeah, stop this. Let's invoke the SCRAPY Shell again, and just don't forget, so yeah, we also need I forgot to mention that we also need to set cookies enabled equals to false in order to make use, in order to pass the cookies here as the headers and not as the standard cookie handling method. So just to bear that in mind as well. So I just want to open this, and now let me just take this line, copy, and paste, and now I want to take this line with the data extraction logic and copy and paste this instead of this response. Oh my god, why is this happening actually? I have no idea why it doesn't work that nicely. I can't go to the previous one. Well, okay, so in this case, let me cheat slightly a bit, guys. So let me just get rid of this stuff. So I will try to concatenate this line manually, so let's copy this one and paste this in, and now try to make use of this one and copy, and here try to paste this instead of this response. Okay, and now if the cookies still kind of work, this should have crawled through the range of pages, and I will dare to crawl through, well, let's consider 5 pages here. I might have fallen into a capture or something, but still we can already try this line of code. So okay, let me just try to invoke the SCRAPY Shell again, and now you see, like, I'm doing this from scratch, and I just paste this line in, and let me also try to get rid of this realtor.csv, delete. Okay, and I'm just wondering, is everything ready? Yeah, I hold my breath and try to press enter. Okay, I'm crawling through the pages. Oh my god, I'm crawling through the pages and extracting the data and storing this to CSV file. Do you believe this, guys? Okay, let's have a look. So here is our output file. Okay, so let's inspect the data here. Okay, perfect. Now we got really lots of data. So there is one little thing left here to consider. So yeah, just in order to avoid torturing this terminal, because this line seems to be really too long, I will cheat again and write a couple of words here. So I also want to print the column names, and I will make use of okay, I will make use of these guys actually. I won't be using this list, but instead, so just hold on a sec. So here I want to say open and realtor.csv, and I want to write the file stream, so to make sure that every time we run this scraper it would actually create a new file and it won't be appended to the previous results, which is important. And here we can say dot write and provide our strings, so we don't need anything but the very column names. At the very end we need a new line. Okay, I'm sorry, just the terminal is probably not intended for such a long strings. Probably that's the reason why it crashes actually, or just some bug occurring. Okay, yeah, so now this should work. Okay, so this now should write column names to our target CSV. Okay, so I save this and I copy this line again and I paste this again, and this should override the existing file. And oh my god, the cookies didn't yet expire, which is absolutely fantastic. But still, I would show you guys how exactly you can run this locally. So yeah, let's inspect our realtor dots. Okay, something has gone wrong, I guess. Okay. Okay guys, so as you can see here, we did override the existing file, and now the the column names has been added here, and also we have really lots of data, well, exactly for up to 5 pages. So the very last thing I would like to show you, when you would open this sort of a source line within my GitHub, you will need to navigate to the response. So right over in here, okay, where the header starts, and here you have this cookie string. So this cookie string, I will just want to select this to make it clear of what exactly you need to replace, because this cookie would definitely expire at the time when you would be running this, I believe. Okay, so it's pretty long, but nevertheless it kind of works. So oh my god, it's so long. So but it's very important to select all the cookies. Oh my god, this is gonna take ages, I guess. Okay. Oh my god, how many? This is so long. Yeah. I know this is weird, but you know, like, as I promised, we have the only single line of Python code here to extract the data. I don't have enough patience to wait until the very end of this stuff. Okay, so it's kind of it's too long. So let me just quickly show you the end here. Still, it doesn't. Oh my god, it's so laggy. Maybe from this side it would have been slightly faster. Actually, I really hope it will. Well, I hope it's clear, like, what exactly I want to say here. So you just need to replace the cookie string within the header's dictionary. That's it. That's very simple. and yeah, just want to show you where that ends basically. So yeah, here is the user agent. Okay, here is the user agent. Okay, and here cookies end. So from here up to the very beginning, and not all of this stuff, but only starting from here. Okay, so all these cookies, you see, like, it's really long string here. This string should be replaced with the one that you can pick up within your own browser when you navigate to this sort of a page, and just try to find this appropriate response. So this one, and here you just grab your own cookie here and just select all of those, right, and just copy, and then you just paste them right over in here. I've already killed the selection unfortunately, but you just paste them within the cookie key, the value that corresponds to the cookie key within the headers. So, and then you can try to paste this entire string to your SCRAPY shell, just as it was already shown in the video, and try to run, and eventually you should obtain this like realer.csv file. For some reason, I don't know, it just crashes. Oh, it's the same file, it doesn't crash. So, and you would obtain this sort of a realer.csv file in return. Well guys, this is it for this video. I know this was a bit weird and it was really tough, but I hope you've learned something interesting out of it. So until next time, and take care.